Hello everyone, Ember here, and unfortunately I didn't want to have to be making this video, but sadly Pokemon have done it again, and they've printed another terrible fossil card. Now, my major gripe with fossils has always been like they're way too awkward to get out and play, they don't get a lot of support, as is. They often have pretty bad HP and attacks in comparison to regular Stage 2 Pokemon and Stage 1 Pokemon, which to me doesn't make any sense, why should they if it's extra steps to get them out? I guess it's a bit of a theme, it's thematic that fossils would evolve from like items and things, but just the fact that like the stage 2, I know it doesn't have it over here, but 150 HP and 100 HP respectively, it's not different from, regular stage 2 or stage 1 Pokemon. So that's like one of my major gripes. And then they just give them like underwhelming attacks and abilities. And I know some people are going to point out, oh, well, Ember, Archeops is a really, really good fossil that sees a lot of play. Yes, I agree, but Archeops wouldn't see any play if it wasn't for Lugia V Star. Like, we have to remember that. So it's just the fact that there's not like a fossil that's good enough on its own with its own like support Pokemon, basically. Like, as an attacker, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. There's just not really any good fossils. Now, we can take a look at Cradily here. I could say, like, oh, yeah, you could make a fun deck out of this Cradily. Flip a coin of heads, choose Burn, Confusion, or Poison. Then your opponent's active is now affected by that special condition. All very fun. Marshy wins, doing 100 damage for each special condition attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Like, this is the kind of deck that I would play for about 5 games before giving up on it and realizing that it's terrible. Like, it sounds like a lot of fun, right? And, maybe they print something. Like, we haven't seen the full set of Stellar Crown yet. We've seen most of it, but, they could print something yet that could make this really, really good, but somehow adapt it. Like, I guess with Brute Bonnet, you can inflict poison, and then if you get lucky with a coin flip, you can choose either Burn or Confusion. And at that point, you're doing like 220 damage, 230 with the poison and burn combined. So that's something at the very least. But it's just the fact that it's a stage 2 fossil, and you're never going to get like KOs on much bigger EX Pokemon or V Stars. It feels bad. Like, I don't know why they keep doing this to fossils, and it's a shame because we've got some lovely art rares there, even though you'd probably want to wreck handy the fossil up anyway. The Antique Group fossil does have a cool ability, Primal Roots, says as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's basic attacks cost 1 colors more, which is just giving you a wee bit more insurance against stuff like Iron Hands, which is quite nice and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's not like super great. It will stop like Maridon, but it won't stop much really. There's just like so many evolution decks anyway in the format. So Antique Root Fossil is useful, but it's not like super great. And it won't protect this deck from being absolutely steamrolled by most things because you have to use Arvin to find the fossils as well. And then after that, you've just got to like get lucky, I guess. And hopefully you can find all the fossil pieces and get them out. At least it's only one grass energy, right? That's cool. Like, it does seem like a lot of fun, right? At the end of the day, it does seem like fun, and the game is all about having fun. But truth be told, I can't sit here and defend bad cards, right? I can see a lot of people will look at this card and go, oh, that's really cool, can make a fun budget deck out of this. But truth be told, if we're going to be real for a second, no clickbait, no, this thing is not broken. Like, it's terrible. And I really wish that they would print better fossil cards. At least fossils that could attack. Instead of these constant support Pokemon, like the Caracosta that says your Pokemon do like 30 more damage to evolution Pokemon or something. It's like, okay, but like, why can't Caracosta be in of itself a good deck? Why does it have to be a support Pokemon? Like, why do we have to keep getting single prize support as opposed to, single prize attackers? Kind of sucks a wee bit. And I just kind of wish that this Cradily had been a bit more. Either doing 100 damage base plus 100 damage for each special condition, or maybe that would be too overtuned. So like 50 damage or even 60 damage base. Just something to help it along and help it get KOs because, it's so awkward to chain fossils in this game. It just feels weird that they keep doing this. And, in a perfect world, this was playable. The format would be slow enough for this to work. But, I really can't sit here and defend cards. Like, I get it. This game is about having fun. It's about trying new decks. But at the end of the day, it does suck when you look at cards, you review them, or like you see other people talking about like how good a card is, and then you just know in the back of your mind that 6 games in, you got to really just bin the deck and pick up something else, or like run back to something more competitive. Like, I still think it's kind of funny that we talk about all these new deck ideas, and then you go on the ladder on the first day of a new set, and it's just people playing the same stuff that they know is really good. And to me, that's unfortunate, but it's also like the harsh reality of cards. Like, not everything has to be good, not everything has to be great, and certainly not everything will be great. It's just not how it works. But at the same time, it is really unfortunate, and sadly, I cannot see Cradily being a very good deck. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. This is like just a bit of a jab at card design and I guess other people's perspectives, I guess, on cards as well. But either way, let me know what you think about Cradily down below. And yes, it's been Power. Thank you for watching.